Ready.
What Wheels Through Time is offering today is a very unique opportunity, and I've owned both of these machines for many years, in addition to the 1941 shaft drive Knucklehead original condition bike, which I'm keeping. But these two bikes I'm selling at one time. I'm offering them on eBay. I don't know if anybody is going to really have the appreciation that I do. It certainly won't be an inexpensive price. So what we're talking about, and I'm going to tell you about this bike first, but two 1941 Harley-Davidson Knucklehead shaft drive three-wheelers. Both have issues, both have great potential. This machine right here, 1941 shaft drive, complete drivetrain. As you can see, the frame needs some framework. Other than that, the frame is unaltered. Many people ask about the long neck. I'll show you on the new frame in a moment. That is original, as is on the complete bike. This particular engine, 1941 TA1003, the serial number indicates third in production. They are not matched cases. I will be as honest as I possibly can and tell you everything I can about these machines, and somebody has a great opportunity for a world-class build. So you have the frame, the engine. This is the original transmission and rear end to this frame. Unfortunately, the transmission sat in a bad place. It will come apart, but it has some rust on the gears. I'll show you that in photographs. The good thing is I have brand new old stock from Harley-Davidson military shaft drive Knucklehead transmission gears. A short story which I'll go into. Both of these machines, actually part of this machine and all of this machine came from the former Harley-Davidson dealer in Hammond, Indiana, Harry Molinar, who was great friends with the founding fathers of Harley-Davidson. My shaft drive Knucklehead also came from Harry. By the way, only 17 shaft drive Knuckleheads were ever produced. The rear end turns on this. I have one complete brake assembly and one partial. To redo this would not be a difficult job. As far as what type of brakes you would want to put on it, these would not be hard to find in an old military junkyard or an old scrapyard automotive. We'll talk more about the not having a rear end on this one in a moment. But you'll also notice, if you look right here, your experimental Harley casting codes on the transmission top and throughout the transmission. If you look very carefully at how this is made, you can see this is certainly a near one-of-a-kind built machine, 1941. Okay, so that's a little information on this one. We'll take a picture of the serial number. This machine right here, this is a new old stock, still painted green, military. Can't call it military surplus because they only built 17 of them. It's just kind of a miracle that this thing survived, came from Harry Molinar. Now, that is the frame. The transmission that I have is new old stock. This is a shaft drive Knucklehead transmission, but it's different than the one in the other bike. It's going to take a different rear end setup. It'll be something that whoever builds this bike will have to figure out. In addition to that, the transmission has a bolt down problem. The center adjusting screw is the same, but the four mounting lugs need a minor amount of transition to make the transmission fit the frame. Moving on to the engine. This is a new old stock set of Knucklehead engine cases, no serial number. The heads are new old stock. The cylinders are standard bore. Now with this bike, you're not getting a rebuilt engine, and by the way, I rebuilt the 41 TA1003 engine myself. What you're getting here is what you see. You're going to have to fill this engine in with the internals that you want. But what I've also decided to give up with the shaft-driven Knucklehead three-wheelers is a set of experimental fuel tanks, and this is one of the tanks right here, and the other tank, I don't know where it is. I'll send you a picture. These are brand new Harley-Davidson built in 1940 experimental gas tanks. There is no place for a tank shift. If you look at the side, 1940, look at the bottom, original Harley-Davidson, and then if you look at the back side, it has this enormous cutout. Both tanks do. Some kind of experimental tanks, and they're going with the project. That's all I got. Give me a call at Wheels Through Time.